SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Welcome in, everybody, to this special edition of the podcast. My name is Michael Borky. Really appreciate you being here, as you always are. As promised, my conversation with Micah Pettus, former Ole Miss offensive lineman, transferred to Florida State. I did talk to him about that, about his time in Oxford, giving back to Oxford despite having hit the transfer portal, tampering, and more. I really, frankly, enjoyed the conversation that I had with him. A couple members of our radio audience were like, why would you interview somebody that left Ole Miss? And my response to them was simply, listen to it, and you'll come away hearing somebody that said he did not only did he not want to leave, but he is very proud of the time that he spent at his alma mater. He says, I got a degree from there. I didn't want to leave. Things just happened the way that they did. And I thought it was a really insightful and good conversation. And I appreciated his time, and I hope you guys enjoy this because I think it's worth your time. And I hope you come away with the same feeling that I had coming away with it, which is I thought he was a really fun interview, and again, really speaks glowingly about Ole Miss. And I hope you guys enjoy this. And we'll get to it right after I tell you the podcast is presented by Logan Smith at Shelter Insurance. He will take care of you anywhere in Mississippi for your auto, home, life, or business insurance needs anywhere in Mississippi. Give him a call. He's got award-winning services, and you'll find out right away why at 601-823-3500, 601-823-3500. Tell him that I sent you. Auto, home, life, and business insurance. Logan Smith at Shelter will take care of you. Also, Priority One Bank, to make you their priority every day. 16 locations here in Mississippi, so there's very likely to be one near you. Local loan servicing and decision-making, an outstanding online banking platform. Switch to Priority One Bank and bank with me there at Priority One Bank. All right, here that is right now, my interview with former Ole Miss offensive lineman Micah Pettus. All right, now welcome on former Ole Miss Rebel, and I guess also now former Florida State Seminole Micah Pettus, getting ready for the NFL draft. Literally just got done training. So, Micah, let's start there. What exactly right now are you working on ahead of the draft?
We're working on, combine, pro day specific things like the drills and the L drill, the 5-10-5, the 40, like our starts, and weight training as well. Also on the field stuff, we're working on the board, like getting ready to get in front of teams, in front of GMs. I had a chance to do that a couple times at the bowl games that I attended. Just working on everything that goes into being a pro, learning how to properly be a pro right now.
So that's the interesting part. The most interesting part about the draft to me is not necessarily football. It's as you said, learning how to be a pro. So when they get you on these boards, as you say, what are you preparing for? What kind of questions do you think they're going to ask you? What's the preparation for the mental side like?
It's a lot, man. They could really ask you anything. They know everything about you. I mean, like they're about to invest millions of dollars into you. So I mean, like they do their due diligence and they really do their research and they know everything about you. So that you could really get asked about anything. They want to see your football IQ. They want to see how you react to things. They want to see everything. So like in the meetings, like what we're preparing for right now is like the X's and O's things, like getting on the boards that might ask you to draw your favorite play against a certain defense or a certain scheme, and so you got to be ready for that, and you got to be confident in your answers, and like don't be up there asking questions or saying things with a question mark. You know what I mean? Like make sure they know what you're talking. Make sure you know what you're talking about as well.
Yeah, no inflection at the end. No, well, I think we're doing this.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, this is what we're doing.
Sir.
So you did one of the All-Star games. I saw your interview at the Star in Dallas. You couldn't participate in the game. You got hurt. Are you okay?
Oh no, I didn't get hurt. That's the thing. My pads never made it.
Oh
Florida State.
no.
Yeah, okay. So I did the Hula Bowl early on in the new year, and
Mhm.
then I also got an invite to go to the East West Shrine Bowl. And Florida State, they sent my pads off, but they never arrived. I guess they got lost at the shipment facility, so I had to borrow pads to be able to practice all week. And yeah, I guess the other guy needed a pass for the game, or whatever, but wasn't able to go.
So that probably took you back to like your middle school days, huh? Where you had like trade
Yeah,
helmets with guys and stuff like that.
yeah. No, they found me an extra helmet. I used someone else's shoulder pads, and I just made the most of my opportunity.
So what was that process like, the All-Star game circuit? Because obviously you played a metric ton of college football, but
Yes, sir.
when you're doing one-on-ones in practice, you got coaches watching you, and those are very important, but it's different when you have 32 NFL teams watching you do those things.
Yeah, I mean, like I just treat it the same as I always have. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's football, and yeah, like the stakes are a little bit higher, but football is football, and they're looking to see how you gel with new people, new teammates, and you learn a whole new offense in 2 days, and trying to see how you retain information and how you're able to go out there and apply it as well with, and the coaches in the All-Star game are either former coaches or actual coaches right now, so you're getting to see what it's really like to be coached by an NFL coach. And it was a really cool experience for me. I'm really blessed that I got the opportunity to go out there and do that.
What are they telling you that the biggest difference between college and the NFL is? Like, what's the biggest hurdle that you have to jump over in that transition?
From what I heard, the speed of the game. I mean, like college football is a lot faster than high school football, and the NFL is the elite of the elite of guys. I mean, like there's a lot of elite college football players that don't even make it in the NFL or get a chance to go to the NFL. So I mean, like it's a very slim number of guys, and all of those guys are of that cloth. They're cut from that cloth, so it's a lot faster game from what I've heard, and I'm just interested and excited to be a part of it.
What's next for you, immediately next for you in this process? So you're doing some training, but what's the next thing that you're getting ready for?
Next, you got the combine coming up. You got pro day. Then you got
Combine's in about 10 days, right?
yeah, and then you got like 30 visits coming as well. So like, those are the next things in line right now.
No, I mean, I know that you'd be happy getting picked by any team in the NFL. Did you grow up as a fan of somebody, though? Is there that one team that you loved as a kid?
I never really was a fan of a specific team. I just a student of the game. I'm from Alabama. You much like Mississippi, we didn't have pro football, so like we grew up just watching college football. I mean, I watched the NFL too, but I had like certain favorite players that I really liked, and certain teams I took a liking to when I would play the video games that I like to use and stuff like that. But I never just had a team that was specifically mine.
My Saints need offensive line help, so maybe that'll happen coming up in the draft.
Yeah, man, I'm open to it, man. Tell them come get me, man.
I want to talk about your time in Oxford, and I want to start with this though. Something that you did really struck me in a good way. So the transfer portal, obviously a thing, you used it, and it seems like a lot of players when they leave a place, they leave the place and they leave it behind. And in some cases, I mean, there are burned bridges and things like that. Around the holiday season, you invested in Oxford this past season after you finished your year at Florida State. Tell me a little bit about that and why you chose to do that.
It's just, Oxford helped me become the man I am today. Like all the ups and downs and everything through my time there. I mean, like it made me who I am, and it's a community that showed so much love to me while I was there. So, and while I was there, I did that. Behind closed doors with the food pantry. And, it's just something I wanted to keep on doing. I'm been blessed and able through NIL and stuff to be able to give back. So I wanted to give back to those who gave importance to me so much. Because like I said, growing up in Alabama is similar to Mississippi. We don't have a pro team. Those fans, man, they'll spend their last to come see, the Rebels take the field. You know what I mean? So like, I just know what what it meant to them and what it means to me, like to be able to give back. So I just, made sure I kept up. I called and asked if they needed help, and he said they did, and I took care of that for them. And it wasn't for any praise or anything like that. It's just what I wanted to do out the kindness of my heart.
So it sounds like, just simply put, even though you left, and well, we'll talk about that here coming in a little bit. You left out of, like, you still love the place, like you admire and you love.
No, I graduated from Ole Miss. I spent 4 years there. I early enrolled out of high school. I never wanted to leave or whatever. I just had to do the best thing for me. But yeah, man, I love Oxford, Mississippi, and hopefully they still love me back, even though I had to leave.
Let's talk about the 2023 season in particular. It was, win 11 games, you win the Peach Bowl. What was the things from that season that stand out to you the most, that were your favorite parts of that?
Man, beating LSU in the field rush, that was my first time ever experiencing something like that, like not on TV and actually being on the field, man. Like, it's just, that was so cool. Winning 11 games, cool. Very cool experience. Peach Bowl, very cool experience, because my freshman year we went to the Sugar Bowl, but we lost in New Orleans. So that winning, being a part of that team, to be able to accomplish the Peach Bowl victory, that was very special, and not something many people get to say they got to experience.
Did you know at the time during the Texas A&M game when you took a punch, right? Did you know at the time how funny that was going to be? I mean, I saw that video. You couldn't pull up your phone without seeing that video. That's one of the funniest things on the football field I've ever seen.
No, I didn't know it would be so funny. Luckily I wear a cup, so I didn't have to feel the wrath of the punch. But yeah, no, it was definitely something funny looking back on. In the moment,
say something to him?
I did say something to him. I'm not gonna say what I said to him, but yeah, he responded in that way, and I was upset about it, but I know we had bigger tasks at hand to be able to react to that, so I just had to keep playing.
You've played a ton of football. What is the most difficult environment that you played in?
Oh, most difficult environment. Playing in the SEC, there's a lot of, rowdy fan bases. I would have to say Death Valley. Death Valley it gets deafening at times, especially if you let them, be in the game. It gets deafening at times. You can't even hear yourself think hardly.
Yeah, especially that 2024 game went down to the wire. Mm-hmm. And it looked nuts from my vantage point. What's that like on the offensive line, communication in games like that? Micah, I didn't play offensive line. Mm-hmm. I didn't play in the SEC. And it feels like to me at some point noise is noise and it can only be so loud. Is that true, where like, hey, it's as loud as it possibly can be and this is how we operate and it doesn't change based on venue, or is there more to it than that?
To a sense, you're correct. When that, communication is key. But when you got a whole bunch of drunk, rowdy fans, and at a night game, it's hard. Like, they're breaking. Like, it's like you can't even hear this. Sometimes you can't hear the guy next to you. Like after a game like that, you'll have guys with their voice lost because you're yelling at the top of your lungs just to talk to the guy right next to you. So it gets very loud, and you just got to make sure you communicate, make sure everybody on the same page, so you don't have any miscues.
Who's the best player you have ever faced?
Oh, the best player I've ever faced. That's a tough one. I've gotten to go against a lot of good ones. Probably Will Anderson, my redshirt freshman year. He was really
he's
good.
Doing okay at the next level, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's doing more than okay, I would say so myself, yeah.
What do you learn when you play against guys like that? What do you learn about yourself?
You just, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn, that you can do it, you blocking a guy like that, and, you're successful against him at times, and, there should never be any doubt in yourself and what your abilities are and what you can and cannot do. And then you also learn that, shoot, man, there's, that guy get paid too. There's a reason why that guy gets paid. You know what I mean? Like, he's cut from that cloth. He's a guy. He's elite.
You mentioned earlier you love Oxford. You didn't really want to leave Ole Miss. You ultimately chose to do so. From what you're willing to share anyway, what went into that decision? Why did you choose to go to Florida State?
I just had to, do what was best for me in my dreams and aspirations of going to the NFL. I just had to do what was best for me as a player to continue to develop and trend in the right direction. I felt like I went there and did that this year from the feedback I've been getting. I feel like I made the right decision. So, it's not, I would have loved to stay in Oxford another year, especially on the year they just had. Completely proud of them. I was just talking to Jaden Williams about it the other day. I was like, man, we really we came in day one and, we was our first roommates together and everything. And we were just, cause he's out here too. He was at the Shrine Bowl. We were just, catching up and talking about it. And, I was asking him how things were this year. Everybody's still good. Asked about my guy, Tom Luke, long time rebel. He's still good. So, it's just, glad to hear it.
Sounds like there's a little bit of pride in your voice. When you watched them play and make that run, did you kind of feel a sense of ownership? Like, hey, those are my guys and that's my
I didn't feel no ownership because, I wasn't, I was gone before that team was assembled. They assembled and, they started their work in January. I was at a different place. But, I'm proud of them because I am an alumni and I was there for 4 years. But I can't take no credit for that. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of that team. But, and completely proud of those guys, and it's awesome to watch them play. And that Ole Miss is of that at that tier that we worked so hard over years to get, and people got some respect for them now. Like, it's not just like, oh, Ole Miss, it's not, you got to play Ole Miss this week. So that's really cool to see.
Without getting in trouble, because I don't want to get you in trouble, I do want to ask about something that's been going on in the college football world, the conversation around tampering.
Okay.
A Virginia Tech defensive lineman on his podcast laid out, hey, it was week 4 and people were calling me, and you had people up in the stands from other schools watching my games trying to reach out to me. Did you experience that? I mean, you were a multi-year starter at offensive tackle. That's a really high commodity in the transfer portal. Were you tampered with? What was that experience like for you? How common is it?
It's actually very common in this day, especially with social media. When I'm pretty sure they changed the rules now. Like, there's no more spring portal. Like, I've always got calls from schools and coaches and stuff like that. But it's real. It's a dog eat dog world, and it's just how it goes nowadays. Luckily, Florida State does everything by the book, So nothing like that going on in that situation. But it's definitely out there. That's a real thing. Like, I can't speak for anybody else's experience, but I know that's tampering is a real thing. There's not really nothing you can do about it.
And you mentioned you're talking coaches and stuff like that. Did it happen in the 2024 season? Did it happen during that season to you too? Like during the months of September through?
Yeah, there were teams seeing if I was gonna enter the draft or not, and if I was coming back to play college football. But I didn't entertain any of it because we're focused at the task at hand. But yeah, that's a real thing. You'll get coaches to follow you on Twitter or DM you, and they go about it their different ways. But yeah, that's a real thing. They'll reach out through high school coaches and all. So you just never know.
How distracting did that become?
I didn't let it become a distraction at all. I didn't, I just went there out the other, you know what I mean? Because we're playing football right now. I guess it's nice to feel wanted or know that you're wanted. You know what I mean? But I'm on a team. We're doing this. I'm not really paying any mind to that.
You're about to enter into a league where everybody not only is paid, but what they're getting paid is public, and some players get more than other, and that's just how it is. There's been a fear among fans with the college game of players, some getting more than others and stuff like that, and that becoming a locker room distraction. You played all through the NIL era. Is that an issue in the locker room, some players getting more than others? Do you guys talk about that?
It can be if you let it. I know most schools they got like agreements in your contract where you're not supposed to do that, so that doesn't become a problem. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but I mean, like it could definitely become a problem where a guy feels like he's worth more than what he's getting, or he felt like he was misled, or something like that. But I mean, like as long as you're content with what you got and what you got going on, you just go out there and do your job to the best of your ability. You can worry about that. Where I mean, like college football is year to year now, so it's year to year contract. So I mean, like you can renegotiate at the end. But I mean, like no, that's definitely a thing though. I didn't really like have a problem with that, but yeah, I've seen it before.
Well, Lane Kiffin leaves your alma mater. He heads to LSU. Pete
Mhm.
Golding gets promoted to head coach. What do you know about Pete Golding? What is your experience with him, and what can you say about the new coach of Ole Miss?
I've always liked PG, man. Like I've always had a lot of respect for him. When we used to have to play against his defenses when he was at Alabama, from when he got to us. I know a lot of guys that played for him. Obviously at Ole Miss and at other schools. I've I've never heard anybody have anything bad to say about PG. And yeah, like I like PG. He's a player's coach. Great dude. His little sons, love him to death. Like they great father. Um, PG's awesome, man. I don't perfect guy for the job if you ask me.
When you are not focusing on football, what do you do?
Just like to chill, hang out with friends. I like to try new things. I like to travel. I like to play the video game. Mostly a sport game guy, cause like Madden, 2K, college football, MLB. I don't really play shooting games cause I'm not good at it, and I don't like to play things to lose. Like I'm playing to win, no matter if we on the video game. I mean, like we go home, play my little cousin in the game. I'm trying to put 50 on him. You know what I mean? So it's just yeah, I just like to play the game, hang out with friends, travel.
Do you play golf? Because I talked to Bryson Sanders a couple weeks ago, and he said Diego Pounds was the best golfer in the offensive line room. Do
Mhm.
you play?
I learned how to I played golf when I was younger with my dad, but like I lost all type of form and technique. The Florida State women's golf coach, this year we took golfing lessons, and she helped me. She was at the driving range that day, and she helped me get my swing back. So I
Nice.
might hop back out there next off season when I get some free time. But yeah, I've just been at the range recently. I ain't really been playing no holes.
And now, I mean, you've got a connection here. Tiger Woods' son just committed to Florida State to play
Oh,
golf,
did
by
he
the way.
really?
Yes,
He
he did.
committed a
Yeah.
bunch of. Okay, so what's up? Yeah, no, I mean, like, shoot, that would be awesome to learn from Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Or get a chance to learn from his son. Obviously, he's made it to that level. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta track him down and see if you can hang out with Tiger
no,
Woods.
yeah, most definitely, I would love that. I'm Tiger. Wish he could. You know what I mean? So,
So now that you've got the combine, you said coming up, you're getting ready for the draft. What's from the feedback from the NFL? What is the thing that they said? Hey, you got to work on this the most. This is where you need to improve between now and the draft. And then what's the thing that they really like about your game?
um, I mean, like, I don't know anything specific. I'm working on everything though. You know what I mean? If I had it all figured out, I'd be there right now. You know what I mean? I already be there. So I'm working on everything, continuing. Since I've been here at the Sports Academy, I've changed my body composition a lot. I lost like 20 pounds of fat and gained 16 pounds of muscle since being here. So I mean, like, it's feeling different, feeling really good. Um, and then what was the other question you asked?
What is the one thing that from your feedback that they're
Mhm.
saying that they really like about your game?
Oh, they like that I play to the echo of the whistle, and that I got the stuff you can't teach: size, athleticism, length. I'm like, you can't teach that stuff.
Man, I'm really excited for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today, and I know that the people in Mississippi are going to be interested to hear your perspective on the portal and things like that. So, thank you for your time, man. Best of luck to you. We'll be rooting for you as you go through this process. And what are you going to run in the 40?
Oh, I don't know. We gotta stay tuned for that, man. Hopefully I get something crazy out there, break a record or two. But I mean, like, nah. I mean, I really don't know. We just been, training. We got our mock coming up soon, so I'll get a number then.
You think you can get below 5'2"?
That shouldn't be a problem. I think I
Okay.
can.
All right.
I think I can.
Put a 4.99 out there and
Yeah.
run as fast as some of the tight ends.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start. If I get out there and run a 4.9, we're gonna be having a different conversation come April. I'll tell you that.
Man, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys really enjoyed that as much as I did. The podcast brought to you also in part by Advantage Business Systems, absms.com, for all of your Mississippi office technology needs. And tell them that I sent you. We'll be back live Thursday night. We'll talk baseball. They got a win tonight. Basketball, I don't mean to jinx them as this is being recorded. They have a lead in the second half in College Station, and anything else that comes up between now and then. So hope I will see you live on Thursday night. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you live on Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.